Alrighty, so I saw this video from Radical Living. I'm leaving Germany. Brutally honest review. Now this video is like 30 minutes long. Do I really want to do a 30-minute long video? Well, more than that, not really. So this guy basically talks about how the pension system is collapsing. I think it's the same in Canada. He talks about how the welfare state incentivizes people to be lazy. Yeah, that'd be a mean reason to leave, because he doesn't want to live in a country of lazy people who are dependent on the state. He talks about how the energy price is so high. Well, yeah, Germany used to have cheap, clean nuclear energy, but then they switched to the whole green crap. In my opinion, wind turbines, they're a waste of space, and they still technically use oil for lubrication, and they're not really reliable. Solar panels, I don't agree with the solar farms, but if you could have your own little house with solar panels on the roof, generating your own electricity, that would be cool. That being said, that'd be a form of independence, and in my opinion, the government doesn't want people to be independent. That's why they kind of made a welfare state where it actually pays to be on welfare than to actually be independent, at least in my opinion anyway.
Also, you have to import electricity from other countries. I don't want to get into the details. This is just one fact that makes Germany an unattractive place to do business for businesses, because it's so expensive, so they move to other places abroad where it's cheaper. But of course the effect of that is less jobs available, more unemployment, etc.
So he says the high cost of electricity causes companies to look elsewhere for cheaper electricity, energy. Here's a tinfoil hat theory. What if that's on purpose? What if companies want to go elsewhere for cheap energy? And you know what else is probably cheaper? Cheaper labor. If they go to some place like, I don't know, China, they'll get cheap electricity, energy, and cheap labor.
You know, Germany is a country of hardworking people. Germans, they don't love work, but they work hard. That has its pros and cons, because if your politicians are also hardworking people, and they are working hard in the wrong direction, they are working very hard to ruin this country.
So why would the politicians want to work hard to ruin the country? Maybe so they can take credit for fixing it when they fix it? Or maybe they're deliberately trying to drive away the hard-working Germans so that the only Germans left are the ones that are sucking off the government tit? Maybe. Now we're gonna go to the child safety part of the video.
I don't think Germany is a good place to raise a daughter anymore, because women in general, they don't feel safe anymore walking down the street at night. You don't have to take it from me. There's public petitions in all major German cities. Women want like vouchers for free taxi rides at night. In Berlin they want to have like women-only subway wagons. And the stories you hear in Berlin, what women have to endure in public transport, it's fucked up. It's fucked up, to be honest. You all know the reasons why it is like that. I don't have to talk about it.
Diversity is our strength, they say. Let's let in all these third worlders for diversity. Let's sacrifice our unity and our homogeny and our high trust society and the safety of our women by letting in third worlders.
But the fact is, women in Germany don't feel safe anymore, for good reason. And deciding to raise a daughter in Germany is just, it's not a good thought to have. You know, you want to keep your people safe, your children safe, that they grow up in a friendly environment where they can feel safe any time of the day. This is just my opinion.
This is just my opinion, but the government is literally letting in all these people, which is making the native Germans unsafe. And not just Germans, but all of Western Europe basically is like this. So what does that say about the government, right? Then the government blames it on knives and even blames the women for not dressing in the right way. How are the women supposed to dress? Like Muslim women? Question mark. He then complains about how stores are locking up all the products and stuff. Now you have to get a cashier or an attendant to unlock the product so you can buy the product. Yeah. I'm starting to see that in the Walmart near me. In the US, you have entire stores that everything is locked up. It's gotten so bad that some of these stores have just up and left. They just closed up shop because of all the theft. And again, this is a recent thing. Because 20, 30 years ago, back before you had all this immigration, Europe had a high trust society, and now that's getting flushed down the drain. And of course, he talks about the Christmas markets. And guess what? No more Christmas markets because of all the terrorism. Gee, I wonder what kind of terrorism. Other things this guy talks about, police arresting people for a meme. Yeah, I think we've all heard about that. He talks about how all the other German parties want nothing to do with the AfD. Yeah, go figure. We all know about that. He talks a bit about the Syrian refugees. German government's trying to deport them back to Syria. Yeah, because the AfD is gaining in strength. The German government has to do something, at least in my opinion anyway. There's other things this guy talks about. And like I said, this video is like 30 minutes long. I think what I'll do is I'll put this video in the description. So if you want to watch the whole thing, you can. Me, I can't do a 30-minute long video. I don't have that in me, that's for sure. So to wrap this video up, I get this guy's a parent and everything, but I'm still going to say it. In my opinion, this guy's a coward. He knows what's wrong with Germany, but rather than staying and trying to fix it, he's just going to tuck his tail between his legs and flee. I mean, where are you going to go? The whole Western world is going the way of Germany, and Germany went the way of the UK. So, you can't run from your problems forever. So, yeah, he's a coward. In my eyes. Well, anyway, that's it for my thoughts on this video. Take care out there in Clown World.